Sword title Extent Commencement. The Indian Evidence Act 1872 extends to whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir and applies to all judicial proceeding in or before any court including court martial except under Army Act, Naval Discipline Act, Indian Navy Discipline Act 1934 and Air Force Act, but not to affidavits presented to any court or officer, nor to proceeding before an arbitrator, and it shall come into force on 1st September 1872. Section 1st. Applicability of Indian Evidence Act. Section 1st provides for the applicability of Indian Evidence Act. The act applies to judicial inquiries only and not to an administrative inquiry. An inquiry is judicial if the object of it is to determine a juror relation between the parties. A judicial proceeding is one in the course of which evidence is or may be legally taken on oath. Section 21 of CRPC. An execution proceeding is a judicial proceeding, but a contempt proceeding is not a judicial proceeding. Proceedings under the income tax are not judicial proceeding under this act, but proceeding before industrial tribunal has been held to be judicial proceeding. The act does not apply to affidavits. It is also very much important that Evidence Act does not apply to affidavits, but the affidavit is tendered in the court as as per provision of CRPC as laid down or in order 19 CPC or as per provision laid down in section 295 to 297 of CRPC. Further, it is also very much necessary to clarify here that arbitrators have to follow the principle of natural justice and not rules of evidence. The Evidence Act does not apply to arbitrators. Also, the Evidence Act has no application to inquiry conducted by the tribunals, even though they may be judicial in character. Such tribunals follow rules of natural justice. For example, Consumer Court. Thereafter, I would like to give the definition of lex fori. The law of evidence is the lex fori, that is law of forum or court in which a case is tried, law of place of action, whether a witness is competent or not, whether a certain evidence proves a fact or not, that is to be determined by the law of the country where the question arises, where the remedy is sought to be enforced, and where the court sits to enforce it, where the evidence is taken in one country in the aid of a suit or action proceeding in another country, either on ordinary commission or with assistance of local courts. The law applicable to the recording of evidence would be the law prevailing in the country where the proceeding is going on. Thank you, दोस्तों.